My life is worth more than a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Every day and twice on Sunday. Okay. Like, I completely agree. But I think we're reaching this breaking point where we're like, screw you. And if there's enough of us in a store and you don't look armed, okay, like, I'm going to show this video. I love what these people did. Now, damn it, this video better freaking work because I've been building it up so damn much. But here we go. Here we go. They're confronting the guy. Look, he's going to jump over right here. This guy breaks the whole thing, and he's just walking. This woman's trying to stop him. That's me.
Fucking loser.
Stupid. Get him.
Look,
Stop him. Stop him. Stop him.
See?
Stop
They
him.
tackle him down.
Stop him. I didn't touch him. Stop him. Stop her. Stop her.
And then that chick, I think, is her. I think she's
She
next
tried to
one.
grab my bag, you guys. Look at this. Is insane. Look at this. He is insane. Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he walks out with nothing.
Good.
Nothing. A-hole. He has one.
Wow, you guys. Look at that.
See? Now, wrong, right? I am 100%
Whoa.
loving that. I'm loving that.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just go over all the. Okay, I have to. Yes. On one hand, I'm like, that's awesome. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, let's think about all the things that could go wrong here. Number one, somebody gets injured. Number two, the guy gets hurt and ends up suing all the people and the store.
Ugh.
I know it's ridiculous because he's the one who put himself in the position, right? But there's a reason they tell their employees, don't touch these people. Right?
But I don't think it was a security guard that was tackled him.
It was the general public.
Yes.
And then
I'm
the
making
next
a
thing you
citizen's
know,
arrest. Making a citizen's arrest. That's what they should say.
But then Nikki Maduro gets a note in the mail.
I mean, the woman in the puffy jacket.
That this man is suing you for emotional distress.
Bring me to
blah,
court.
Blah, blah, blah.
Bring
And then
me
you
to
open up
court.
a can of worms for 5 minutes of life where he could have walked out with a bag of groceries.
I know.
There's something cathartic about seeing people band together and just say, you know what? No. I like that.
I
But
do
on the
like
other
that. It
hand-
made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside that people were like, screw you, dude. I also think it was the cups. Like, everyone was probably like wanting the cups. And then this guy was going to steal all the cups. And so it was, if he walked out, let's say, with a teddy bear that nobody wanted, would there have been this outrage? I don't know. But because it was the cups.
So that what was in the bag? Was it the bag full of those Target
The box was,
Stanley Cups?
he just busted through he just went up, stole the whole box, went in the back of the counter and stole the whole box and was just walking out, busting through and everything like that. And the thing that gets my blood going, and I'm just letting you know, is he didn't give two Fs. He was just like, I'm going to do this. And that is what I am most upset about. It's this mentality that we have to get through to these friggin' people. Like, no. And we as a society need to do that. Now, I get it. There is a risk. So I understand why people are like, no, it's not worth it. I agree with you. But at the same time, if not us, then who, right? Like, if not now, then when? I know I'm like doing this whole speech, but like, if you don't stop it in the moment, then there's just going to be another person and another person and another person, because we as a society are saying, yes, my life is worth more than a Stanley Cup. But as our society is crumbling because we're not standing up to these a-holes. And that's what pisses me off. And I love them that they all like kind of stood around and they were not going to let this person go.
If someone was being attacked, savagely beaten on the floor at the entrance to Target,
okay,
then I could see getting involved. Trying to remove that person off. You're hurting. Someone's being beaten or hurt or injured or what have you. If a child is being slapped, if some physical issue is happening to someone where you feel morally compelled to intervene and put your own safety at risk, I gotcha. I hear what you're saying. Right? But for a bag of Stanley Cups, I understand the want to do that, but I just don't feel like there's the same type of level of need to get involved.
Like, if you're saving a life, that's one thing. If you're just saving Stanley Cups, that's like not worth it.
That's right. And then all of a sudden, your kids don't have a mother because some Stanley Cup thief pulled out a knife and stabbed you in the shoulder and you bled out on this entrance of Target. For what? A bag of Stanley Cups? You see what I mean? So on one hand, it's like, awesome. I'm glad people finally said no more. But on the other hand, he wasn't, beating someone to death. There's nothing that I saw there that necessitates someone putting their safety at risk.
I hear you. And on one hand, I do agree with you. I do. But again, it's how do we stop? Okay, then this is a better question. Then how do we stop the mentality? Because cops can't be everywhere. You can be like, well, the cops need to arrest them. They need to be prosecuted. Okay, there was no cop in that situation. You cannot have a cop at every store at every moment. That's just not possible. And then security guards are told not to let it go because of exactly what Kim is saying, right? So then what do we do? Unless society says, you know what? I'm everywhere. People are everywhere. And I'm not going to stand by and let you be, the basically part of the demise of our society. Yeah, Joanne, I heard on a talk show that if this type of behavior continues, our society will turn into anarchy and be uncontrollable. Like, we as a society have to kind of police ourselves. We have to say, this is the moral code. It's basic. I don't steal. You don't steal. That way we can keep our grocery stores. That way I don't have to walk into CVS and everything's freaking locked up because you make it so they can't keep everything out of a lock and key. I don't want to live like that. I mean, I just don't want to live like that. And then when that happens, people don't shop at the stores and the stores go over and then it's an empty building and that brings more crime and it just rolls down the hill. And so where do we stop it? Do we stop it when the a-hole starts stealing the box of Stanley Cups? That's my point. It's where do we draw the line as a society? And I understand the risk of life. But again, I feel like if you got to judge the situation, you got to see like who's on my team here, right? Like those people knew there was a lot of people on the team. Like, okay, we're going to take this guy. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to shame him. We're going to stop him. One person's going to tackle him. I'm not going to tackle him. I'm going to shame him though. I'll be a big shamer and do something about it. Yeah. LJ says, I'm an avid die-cast collector and always see shoplifters. One day I was walking in and the receipt checker was having a confrontation with a shoplifter. I got between both doing a tug of war with the TV.
Oh, man.
LJ, I applaud you. I hope that you weren't hurt. I hope that the person wasn't armed. But again, I think, and this is a really uneducated statement that I'm about to make. I don't know what the percentage is of people that are armed versus people that just got big huevos, right? Like that are just like, you know what, screw it. I don't have a gun, but I'm going to go steal all kinds of stuff. There's enough of us. The people that go in with like 20 deep and just start mobbing a store and stealing stuff, I don't think that they're armed. I think they're just banking on the fact that they can't stop all of us, right? But what if we did? What if we're like, no, man, you can't steal? Sandy says, what's the point of having guards if they aren't allowed to stop thieves? Yep. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know, man. I'm so fed up with it. I'm so fed up with, and you know what also pisses me off, just to go off on a tangent here? It pisses me off when there are people of color that are doing it because people make stupid stereotypes that it's those people that do it. And that's BS. Everybody freaking does it. It doesn't matter what race you are, what color your skin is. It happens all of the time. But you see a black kid doing it. Now all black people are thieves. And I'm sorry. That's what stupid people think all of the time. And it pisses me off because like, stop already. One, that's not true. And two, where are their parents or where's your moral code? I don't know. My blood's boiling. I'm really, really sick and tired of it all. You are banking on them not being on. I know, Ricky. I know. I feel like we will. We can ask. Well, Chip's going to be in the second half of the show. He'll be with us in about 10, 15 minutes or so. I'll ask him all kinds of things. We have him. But I just feel like, I wonder what Chip would say. I feel like he would say exactly what you guys. I like your spunk, Nikki, but there's no way I'm putting my life in danger for a Stanley Cup. Because that's the rational way of thinking about it. But my what I'm saying is these criminals are counting on us keeping our mentality. We're trying to change their mentality. They don't want us to change our mentality. They want us to be afraid of something they may or may not have on them. And I get it because I don't want to lose my life over a stupid cup.
Yep.
I also don't want to lose my society over just standing by and letting it happen. Why have morals gone down the toilet? I don't know. I think that, it's a myriad of things. If you want to, just off the top of my head of how we got into this situation, I'll say this. I think that crime has been allowed to go unanswered. I think that people have mistrust of law enforcement. I think that the economy, COVID, everything that happened there where people, I really do think that COVID changed some people's thinking of like, shoot, if that can happen, what the hell do I have to lose? I also think that people are just fed up. You know what I mean? I think that they just don't care about people anymore. I think that people do things for clicks. I think people do things for social media. I think there's so many reasons why somebody would walk into a store and do something. I think there's not enough parental supervision. Yeah, I think it's so many different things. I don't think that you could point to one. I don't think you could be like, it's Trump or it's Biden or it's Democrats or it's Republicans. I don't think you could say it's the whole defund the police thing, because we have a problem with police use of force, right? I mean, there's so many things that got us to this situation, and it's going to take so many things to get us out of it.
Katie wants to know where that happened. Do we know?
I know. I don't know. Even TMZ didn't say where. I'm going to say it's in the Bay Area. I don't know if that's true. But I think that it's an example of something that could happen here. Does that make sense? Like, I think that I just feel like whether it's here or it's in another state or another city, it doesn't matter. People, I think universally, are fed up. And I think that it's ignorant if people say that doesn't happen in my town. BS. You probably aren't noticing maybe that is happening in your town. But we need to stop it. And I don't know how we stop it if the people just aren't fed up and as much as I am. I don't know. Blue Spark says nobody seems to care anymore. I was behind a guy at Safeway whose pockets were stuffed. Checker said they won't get us a guard, so there's nothing I can do. I feel like, and again, I know you guys hate it. I'm done being silent. At the very least, like, shame on you. We see you. And you're what's wrong with society. That's what I always want to tell people if I see it. You're what's wrong with society. How does it feel to literally be the problem? Like, a walking, talking, freaking problem with society is you. And I know there are people like, I don't care. I'm going to get mine. You should get yours, because that's the year we live in. Lisa says, how can a society where storming a store for a drinking cup be saved anywhere? Yeah, I mean, he's trying to make money off of it. I mean, that's what it is. People are just trying to get theirs. They don't care. And so, and if we don't care, then what do we tell them? We don't care. Nobody cares. Well, watch it though.
These cups are on sale for $45, and I saw them resold online.
Oh yeah,
for $259.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, at that point,
who's behind that though? That's
I don't
stupid.
even want one. Like, how embarrassing that you would have paid $260 for a cup. Then
exactly.
Then I'm the ass, right? Come on. No.
And somebody was saying, "Oh, and our economy's in the toilet, and people are worried about inflation." And yet, look, people are willing to pay out the behind for lame. I mean, it's a cup. It's a cup that in 3 months is going to sit with all the other Stanley Cups that you bought. Like, nobody cares. Once somebody's like, "Oh, you got the red Valentine's Day Stanley Cup," and you're like, "Yeah, cool." I hope it was worth that conversation, because I can't imagine it going any further than that. So I don't know. I agree with you. Phineas. Oh yeah, we both saw it at the same time. Hold on. Phineas says, Nikki, tell big corporations like PG&E and politicians not to steal. Yep. I called out. I don't know if you guys saw it. If you follow me on X, I called out Governor Newsom about the PG&E's rate hike. I'll have Loretta Lynch on. I try to get her on at least once a month or so. But again, I mean, she's been talking about these rate hikes. There's nothing to stop another one. Newsom is doing nothing about it. Newsom talks big about price gouging, and it's crickets when it comes to PG&E. Oh, yeah, they just sentenced that guy to 25 years to life. RN Sue says, remember the young boy who worked at Safeway in Willow Glen? He was killed by a shoplifter when he tried to stop him. I know. And they caught the guy, and I think just this week, he was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. So, which is good. He should lose his life and freedom for for what? Oh, and I know. And as I say this, you're like, but you're the one that wants people to step in, Nikki. I just don't know what the answer is.